All right, now we're going to start looking at the properties of logs. So here, what we're going to do is look at the two formats. First, let's look at log. So if you have a log, your base of a, your answer of x equals y. Remember, this is BAP. This represents the base, the answer, and the power. That's BAP. So when you switch forms, your base is a, your power would be y equals your answer, which is x. So that's what we're going to do here. So this is 2 to the power of 6 equals 64. Again, this is base, answer, power. So on this one, this is 3 to the negative 2 power equals 1/9. Okay? And these expressions should make sense. 2 to the 6th power, that's 64. 3 to the negative 2nd power is 1/9. On the last one here, this is 2 to the 0 power equals 1. And 2 to the 0 power is 1. Okay? So on the next side, we're going to go the other way. We are going to start with an exponential. So we're going to have a base to a power equals an answer. So here, you're going to switch forms. So this is going to be log. Your base would be a. In this case, your answer would be y equals your power, which is x. So on this one, this is log. Your base is 6. Your answer is 36. Your power is 2. Okay. So on number 10, this is log. Your base is 2. Your answer is 1/8. And your power is -3. On number 11, you have log. Your base is 10, which you don't have to write. Your answer is 0.001 equals your power, which is -3. And again, you could write this as log 0.001 equals 3. It's assumed that that's base 10. So these mean the same thing. Okay? Means the same thing. Now, let's evaluate some logs without using a calculator. So remember, log equals a power. That's what a log equals. Log equals a power. So this is 2 to what power gets you 8? How do you get from a 2 to an 8? Well, it's 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. So it looks like there's 3 2's. So this is equal to 3. Okay. This one, 13 to what power gets you 13? That would equal 1. 3 to what power gets you 1/27th? Well, if we ignore the 1 there, 3 to what power gets you 27? That's 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. So 3 to the 3rd gets you 27, but to make it 1/27, that's going to be -3. Okay. So now, let's look at combining logs together, writing them as a single log. So we have 2 logs and we have addition. So when you add, you take this and you multiply. This is log of 8 times 3. So this is actually log of 24. Okay. We don't need to see this step. I'm just showing to show you what the rule is. On this one, since we are subtracting, that means you divide. So this is log base 2 of 5/3. And since 5 doesn't divide by 3 evenly, we're just going to leave it as 5/3. Okay. On 17, before you can use the addition rule, you need to make sure it's just logs. So we have this 4, which needs to come up to the power. Okay. So this is actually log base 3 of x to the 4th plus log base 3 of 7. And then the rule is you multiply. So this is log base 3 of 7x to the 4th. Okay. Then, in the last section, we are expanding. We're doing the reverse that we just did. So we look here to look for factors. So we've got an x squared times a y cubed. So this is log base 4 of x squared. And since it's multiplication, you add. So then this is log base 4 of y cubed. But then you don't leave the powers up there. The powers are going to come out in front. So this gets you 2 log base 4 of x plus 3 log base 4 of y. And remember that what we could have done was we could have wrote this as x times y times y times y, and you could have broken this up into 5 different logs. 2 of the logs would have been log of x's. 3 of the logs would have been log of y's, which is why you have a 3 out in front there. Okay. 19, here we have a couple different ways to do this. Probably the either we bring the 2 out in front, or we could just distribute this to both. So if we bring it out in front, this is 2 log of x over 3. And then you have your option here. You can attach 2 to each of these separate logs, or you can put the 2 out in front of both in parentheses. So you could write as 2 log of x minus, since it's division, we subtract 2 log of 3. Or you could have wrote it as 2 log of x minus log of 3. Okay. Or you might have even changed this so that you squared both of these. You could have wrote this as x squared over 9. So then you could have wrote this as 2 log of x minus log of 9. All of those would have been acceptable answers. Okay. And on the last one here, we have 2 of these, and remember this is actually 2 times x to the 1/2 power. So this is going to be log base 3 of 2 plus 1/2 log base 3 of x. Okay. So that is your properties of